Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we'll be going over which generation of Pokemon has the worst starters. So this is a question I asked you guys over on our community tab, so if you are new here make sure you subscribe so you can become a part of these questions. We do weekly discussion videos, really getting a lot of great feedback from you guys, so let's get into it. So basically I wanted to figure out which is the least liked generation 1 through 8. I didn't include 9 because I feel like recency kind of does play into it. I don't want how people view Scarlet and Violet to kind of skew the vote, so I split it into 2 questions because you can only ask 4 answers on YouTube. So first we did generation 1 to 4, then we did generation 5 to 8, and whichever were the worst 2 from either of those pools went into each other in a final round where we asked which was the most hated Pokemon. So in our first generation 1 to 4, our first question, obviously Gen 1, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Charmander did not get many votes against it. It is universally beloved. What surprised me here was Gen 2 actually received 51% of our votes to be the worst generation out of the first 4, followed by Gen 4, which is Piplup, Chimchar and Turtwig. I didn't expect this either. I'm assuming the Gen 1 love was going to be there, but I did not think that. I'm guessing Mudkip love carried Gen 3, but I did not think that Gen 2 would have 51% of the votes for the worst generation. That's crazy to me. I don't know if it's just because I'm old, but I thought those were beloved. I love Totodile. Chikorita's great as well, and so Cyndaquil. Like, I did not realise that this had the dislike that it had. Yeah, definitely out of touch, but let me know what you guys think out of those first 4. Is there any reason why? Do you think each generation is strong enough on its own, or does it get carried by something? I wasn't surprised with Gen 4, but I was surprised by how well Gen 3 did. So out of the first 2 there, that means that Gen 2 and Gen 4 move into our second round at the end to find out which is the most hated. But for generation 5 through to 8, this one I kind of expected, but I thought it would be Gen 5 and Gen 6. Turned out Gen 5 got 51% of the vote, just like Gen 2 did. People really dislike this. I did kind of see this coming. I don't think Oshawott, Tepig or Snivy is anyone's favourite, so I'm assuming that's why it got disliked the most. But I was surprised with the balance between Gen 6 and Gen 8. So Gen 6 received 18%, while Gen 8 was 23%. I know people hate Scorbunny, it sounds like, but I was surprised to see that it actually knocked out Gen 6 there, while Gen 7, Rowlet, I'm assuming Rowlet, Litten and Popplio on this one. I didn't realise how beloved they were, but that actually does check out. I remember when the games came out, this was the first game that I came back into for a while, and yeah, the reception was quite good to that. So that does mean that Gen 5 and Gen 8 go into our final round. So this is kind of where it comes out, and it changes a bit. One thing I did expect was to see that a huge amount of the votes would go to the later gen, so I do think that nostalgia plays into this a little bit. Gen 2 received 9%, Gen 4 received 9%, Gen 5 received 48%, and Gen 8 was 33%. So it does mean that Gen 8, the more recent gen, is still more beloved, and it does mean that everyone hates Tepig, Snivy, and Oshawott. So let me know what you guys think. I did not expect this to be the most hated generation. I assumed it would be Gen 8, just based off recency, and also the designs are fairly simplistic. But what do you guys think is the worst generation? What do you guys think is the worst starter in general? Let me know. We're not talking stats here, we're talking personal preference. What its appearance is like. I'm assuming that's what everyone's basing this off. What attachment you guys had to it and everything like that. Please let me know. I'm quite old, so Gen 1 for me, Gen 1 and 2 is kind of the ones that I love. I actually really don't mind this Gen 9, but obviously that's why I didn't include it. I do actually think Quaxly is a pretty good starter, same with Fuecoco. And Masquerada seems in the end to be quite popular, but I did want to not include that just in case there was too much hate towards that game still. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, guys. I love doing these types of surveys, love seeing what your guys' opinion is, and what would you like to see moving forward? What would you think could mix it up for the starters? Is it purely design? Do you think it needs to stay grass, fire and water forever? Should they try mixing it up in the PLA type of games? I'm not really sure, but let me know what you guys think. Love interacting with you guys, and make sure to subscribe for more content. We will have the raid guide out on Friday as well, so you can be able to solo that Swampert raid. Should be super easy. They always are. People say they're not, but if you follow the guides, it will be quite easy, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.